Well, today we're gonna work on the road for a little bit. I have to work on it while it's wet because my little tractor can't handle it while it's dry. So let's go do that. All the neighbors take turns, and it's kind of sort of my turn. Informally. How about that? We all take turns informally. See a guy out there working hard, and I stop by and go, "Good job." It's now my turn for somebody to stop and go, "Good job." People are funny about roads. They all have an opinion on how they should be built, and my opinion is we just use what we got, and it won't be the best. It'll get it done. As I drive through my mud pit, I'll get this fixed up. I promise. This is my driveway, if you're all wondering. Will I ever build it up? I don't think so. Been driving it like this for 2 years. I don't see a reason to do anything to it. I think I'll till it and plant it this year and pack it down so that it's a little smoother. Gotta fix all the hog digs. Gotta fix this little mud pit right here. Missed. I tried to squish that. This here part of the road for the old timers was a pioneer road. I went to the old Kovar church. It's long since been abandoned. I do believe that's true because when I dig down a little bit underneath this dirt, I hit hard pack. It had gravel at one point in time. Somebody told me they saw their daddy or their dad pull oilmen out of here with mules. So, used mules to get them out. Right here along this road somewhere. The road kind of disappears into the cedar thickets, so I'm not quite sure how it wandered around. I looked at Google Maps, and I think it followed some property lines and then popped out right there at the church. Back when this was a community. It all fell apart right after the Great Depression, I think. I had a general store and a post office, a school, all kinds of stuff. Might even have had a cotton gin, I don't know. None of that's here, of course. Ghost town. Right here, this part of the road was abandoned by the county. So, we're maintaining it, the folks on this road. Still pay our taxes for it, just don't get anything. So, yesterday I came in, and everywhere where there's a mud puddle like these, I went ahead and cut the sidewalls so that I could scratch new dirt on it, and maybe it'll stay. Filled in some of the smaller ones. I didn't put any of that on video. I just wanted to get working. Got to do this during lunch and after dinner and whatnot. And I have to work while it's still wet because my little tractor can't move this once it gets hard packed and dried. So this was a little windy, twisty thing. And now I cut a ditch in over on the right side. Or I'm cutting a ditch in. I'll put on my box blade when this is all said and done, and I'll scrape that with my box blade a half dozen times. Put a little crown in there. Not much of a crown. A little bit of a crown. But today, my mission right now during lunch is to get out here and prune out any tree branches that are interfering with my ability to grade this and put in a ditch. All that torn up dirt you see over here, that's all me from yesterday, trying to cut a drain in here instead of the river. You can see the grass is built up on both sides, which forces the water to run down the middle like a river, and it gouges it out. So I'm gonna put a little crown in here whether it wants it or not. And then over here, you know, one neighbor's pretty flat. I'm not gonna mess with that, but this field right here, I'm thinking I might start a ditch on it where it starts leaning into the road. I'll drive it all the way down with you. Originally I was going to speed walk this, but I guess I'll just drive and narrate for you. This was a big mud puddle yesterday, and I already got it all dried out, but you can see the water's in the ditch now, right where it needs to be. So not half bad. And the side of the road, the grass had grown all out. Wherever you see it scraped brown, that was where the grass had grown into the road and it's creating a little dam. This isn't half bad here. Got a little ditch going on. The other side has a ditch I could drop a box blade into at a tilt, plow that out a little bit, but there's a bunch of branches today, so I'm going to cut those out. All to the left, there's a bunch of scruff branches that are in my way that make it hard for me to work, so I'm going to get them out of the way and cut a ditch in on that side. See, there was already a little ditch there, now that I'm looking critically. And then this mess here where I've got the road cone, I filled it in yesterday with as much of the ditch dirt as I could. It's not, the ditch dirt isn't good, but it's partially road base, partially clay. It's what I have. It needs to be over top, but let me go ahead and move that road cone out of there. We'll drive over the top of this, see if it packs down a little. Yesterday this was just a soup. Today it's a gumbo. Set up a little bit. What I'm gonna do, these were huge divots in the road, holes, dips. I got one of them pretty much packed in, but I cut them out here, let them drain. You can see where I cut them out. Let them drain. Now I'll backfill them, crown them up a little bit so that the rain doesn't prefer them, and hopefully they won't fill in. All of this bramble I'm going to cut out too. I'll use my pole saw on that stuff. It's too hard to do otherwise, but you could still see right here where I cut it out. Still a little bit of water sitting there, and this literally was soup. All right, well, not too bad. Let me get in the car and put on the differential lock and do a slow crawl through here. See if I get it stuck. You can see right there some of the, that's still a mess, isn't it? All right, well, maybe not all the way over to the edge, but crawl through some of that. I don't mind if the neighbors run over it while I'm working on it. I just don't want to get them stuck where I have to pull them out with that tractor. All right, differential locks on. Let's drive through over here. I might back up if I get it packed. We'll pack it in a couple of times. That felt like it. That didn't feel too bad, internet. Let's reverse and pack this in. When I get it all packed down, I'll make it a little easier on the tractor to get this thing done. wasn't half bad. Yesterday when I went through, I could feel it trying to swallow my car. Let's see, there's a little spot down there where I had filled in a hole. It's all soupy. That one I didn't cut in. I should have cut that one in this side. I did a little bit, but I need to do a better job. Cut that in a little better. Got my tractor stuck right there in the ditch yesterday. The whole field had standing water yesterday. I could see today it's gone. This field to the right had standing water. I'm mashing these down a little bit with my truck. Like I say, I use the dirt that I beneath my feet, and I use the truck underneath my feet. A simple man of simple tools. Get a lot done with force of will, just pure raw will. I would like to have a compactor. I don't. I'll get one down through the years. This road will need it, that's for sure. Coming up to the big hole right now. We'll see how it compacts. I get it all mashed in there. I'll run the tractor over it a few times and that'll help me. Much better than yesterday. It's still a hole. It still needs dirt. I don't know how many times it'll let me run it over before it decides to get wet again. See how far I can compress this before it's soup. You saw me walk through that one spot. If I get it stuck, I'll get my tractor out and pull it out. I don't want to get it stuck. It's not my goal. Alright, well this feels pretty darn good. I'll get the tractor out to finish the rest of this compaction. I'll add some more dirt to the top of it. I might have fixed that hole. Might have. It doesn't look as bad as it did yesterday. Alright. Not too bad. Go down to the end of the road. Scraped large portions of this yesterday and got it not too bad. was a lot more pockmarked than this. It was a rough bit of road. Right here, we'll step out and take a peek. Y'all can appreciate what I'm after. Alright, well, I'm going to, what happened down through the years, if you take a look at this, is the grass is built up on the crown, which keeps the water in, so I'm chasing the crown here. And last night I felt satisfied in this in the full daylight. I don't know, not a big fan. But I'll get the box blade in there and smooth that up, make it look better. I debated, I did this little part, I pulled everything out, filled in the holes that were here out of that ditch. Well, that's not half bad looking actually. I could see a crown back and the water should run to either side. So I think I'll keep doing that all the way down. You could see as I go down, I'll zoom. You can see the grass is just plugged up the crown of the road. And so I guess I'll get in with the tractor and cut all that out. And everything I cut out of there, I'll put in that hole that's all muddy way down there. Then I'll put on the box blade and I'll pull this road and smooth it out. All with the little tractor. Alrighty, this is Steve at 1,000 Year Homes. Here I am, not working on my home, working on the drive to my home. Just as important. If I can't get in and out of it, I'll starve to death, I think. But let me get that tractor. If I wait too long, this ground will get hard because it'll dry out. And it won't take long in this Texas sun, even in the spring. So anyway, this is my personal build journal, kind of keeping track of where I am and why it's taken me as long as it does to get this done. A lot of the reason is because I'm still living life. I'm not just building, right? I'm building a life. So you can get a house done in a heck of a hurry, or you can do it like me. One way saves you money and the other way saves you time. I don't know, but I'm enjoying myself. Let me go ahead and get myself set up and trim up some of these branches so I can get in here with my tractor.